Now we can record. Okay, thank you. And share screen. Okay. Hey, my name is David Kluge. I'm going to be presenting on living music video, integrated readers theater of song lyrics. And I would like to do this one disclaimer that this will not be about live. Okay. So just to framework for this presentation, there's a problem that I encountered, and I think many other people encounter, is why don't students remember the things? Why don't they learn? I just taught them that. Why don't they remember what I taught them last time? And I found a solution, and that is that called Living Music Video, Integrated Readers Theater of Song Lyrics. So Living Music Video, Integrated Readers Theater of Song Lyrics, what does that mean? I'll give you a short review of what I'm going to be talking about. I'll talk about what is living music video, about what is readers theater, what does integrated mean. I'll give an example of what I'm talking about, and a conclusion with ending with 5 minutes of Q&A. What is living music video? Well, it is a performance and education activity, which means that is that is used in a class where the teacher often uses performances such as drama, as speech, and other kinds of presentations. Students perform the lyrics. They read from a script, and it is performed live to an audience, and therefore it is a music video performed live. What is readers theater? Well, readers theater is reading aloud dramatically to an audience using voice, face to communicate, to interpret the words on page. The characteristics are performers hold the script in hand, so they are facing the audience, not facing each other, and the performers interact with the audience and not with each other, not like drama. While I'm teaching, the rubric, that is what I'm going to be judging them on and what they should be aiming at, I do this at the very beginning for the first time, and I talk about such things as voice, that they must have voice variety, they must have visual variety, and other things like pace, ensemble, and eye contact. What does integrated mean? It is not a standalone activity that is integrated into a course. It's connected to other related activities in a chapter or in a unit, and it's part of a syllabus. So for example, what does integrated mean? It's part of a syllabus. Here is a textbook called Life Lessons. I wrote it. It's 8, as you can see, it's 8 units. Chapter 1, Who Am I? Chapter 2, Friends Forever. Chapter 3, Beliefs. Chapter 4, Goals and Planning. Chapter 5, Love. Chapter 6, Dealing with Disappointment. Chapter 7, Heroes. Chapter 8, Altruism, NPOs, and NGOs Helping the World. That each chapter has 4 units in it. What does integrated mean? It's part of a chapter. Here's an example, chapter 5. So unit 1 is what is love? Unit 2 is the science of love. That is what happens in the body when people actually fall in love. And unit 3 is the masters of love. That is people who are good at being in a loving relationship. And then unit 4 is a review of all first three units, and it's all about love. And finally, what does integrated mean? It means it's part of a unit. And so therefore, here are the elements of the one unit. You can't seem to, sorry, it's me, we cannot seem to have Justice Tim mute his microphone, so please bear with us. So the example is chapter 5 is love, and it is, as I explained, it has 4 units in it, and chapter 5, love, the unit 3 is the masters of love, and here are the different activities. First is a warm-up where you introduce the unit and you review the last lesson. I don't review the last lesson. The students review the last lesson in their groups. Then comes new learning. There's a jigsaw reading on Masters of Love. There's a discussion where you have a discussion leader, a recorder, a reporter, and you have what they tell each other, the content of the reading, so that they are able to retell the contents of the story of the reading. Then we introduce the living music video readers theater. They practice it, they perform it, and they evaluate it. They prepare presentation speech on Masters of Love, and they do creative writing and also like a interview assignment. How do you teach readers theater? Well, I teach it once basically, and then we practice it throughout the entire year. Step 1, at the appropriate time in the unit, in the chapter, show them a music video. In groups, discuss it, distribute the song lyrics, discuss it in terms of the music of the unit, and then distribute the song lyrics that are chosen. Read and repeat the words of the lyric. In groups, the students read the lines. Step 6, the students volunteer 4 lines. That is, they volunteer who's going to say the first line, who's going to say the next line. They can do that either by themselves or in pairs or in small groups. And then the students choose what important words that need to be emphasized to communicate the meaning of the line. Then the students read through the entire thing, reading the lines that they have volunteered for. They then decide where they're going to stand and how they're going to stand. That is, what kind of groupings they're going to be standing in. They decide where and how they will move from one place to the next place. Then they practice and they perform. Then the students and the teacher evaluate the performance. And then they continue with the unit or the chapter. So here is the example that we use for Love, Masters of Love, and it is the song Harvest Moon by Neil Young. So while they're watching, I asked them to find how many Neil Youngs can you find, and what is different about each one of the Neil Youngs that you find, and what stages of romance do you see in the video. So here it is, and this video is about 5 minutes long, and there's going to be a reason that you're going to need to watch the whole thing. So here we go. I guess here we don't go. Okay. Try this again. Stop the share. Start the share again. Okay, and Okay, I think we're going to have to go to the next slide. And here are the lyrics. So if you see on the lyrics, the left-hand column is introducing the characters, setting up the situation, setting up the relationship. And the right-hand side is describing the history of the relationship. When we were strangers, I watched you from afar. When we were lovers, I loved you with all my heart. But now it's getting late, late in the night, late in the relationship, or late in their life. And the moon is climbing high. I want to celebrate, see it shining in your eye, because I'm still in love with you. I want to see you dance again, because I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon, harvest moon. So the students get this lyrics and they discuss the lyrics. And then after they discuss the lyrics, we add one more element, and that is the emotional impact. And these come from the comments that were on the YouTube video that we weren't able to see, but I will play it after this is finished so that you can see it. And this person, Varasuza, wrote, "The love of my life passed away this morning. This was our song. We danced under the full moon every month we could, especially the September harvest moon, as is also my birthday. I was hoping to have just one more." You see, it's short and it's easy. Almost all students could understand what is being said here. But there are also other kind of comments that are much longer and more complicated. And this one I would like you to see and read. Take time to read it on your own. Take about 2 minutes. Okay. If you're not finished, you can see this comment on the Harvest Moon website. So after studying about love, after studying the lyrics of the song, after performing the song, and in this case, I had them perform it in couples, that is, usually male, female couples in my classes whenever possible, and perform it in front of the class. And I found that this was very effective because the integration is what improves intake. That it was supported by information in previous unit of the chapter and of previous activities within the chapter, within the unit. So this support, this uh, this scaffolding is what improved the intake of learning. And also the addition of emotion. That is, after reading the comments by these people about their experiences with this song and their experiences with their romance life, you could tell that the students were affected. That addition of emotion improves intake because it's memorable. That is, all the integration and emotion strengthen the ties between the topic and memory within the neurons of the brain. And this does not require special expertise to do this kind of activity. Of course, if you're involved in drama, or if you've read, or if you're trained in drama, it makes it easier, but it's not required. Any good teacher can do this kind of activity. But it does require time, because the students must be proud of the job they do in order for it to make a good impact on themselves, and so that they can learn something that they will remember. So I think before we do the reflection, and then there is a and the references, I'm going to stop this now, and I'm going to play the video individually. So let's stop. And play the video. Here it is. Share it. And can you hear this? No. Sorry. Can't see it. Yeah. Are there any questions? Raise your hand on reactions, and you can ask questions. No questions. Can we have some reaction? Namiko, do you have a reaction?
I actually, sorry, David, I actually don't know a lot of Neil Young's songs, so I was just enjoying the music. To tell you the truth, yeah.
That's important, because what we're doing is we're trying to create as many channels into the brain, into the memory, connected, and music is definitely one of those channels, as well as the video and as well as the storytelling.
Yes. And I think for me, you know, the name Neil Young, I mean, obviously he's so famous, but maybe because you know, I was born in the 70s, yeah, it's a name that I knew, but couldn't really like put a face and the music to him. So yeah, and then the music is, you know, I often say this about 70s music, and the 60s too, is that it's, you know, it doesn't matter what era or what period we're in. It's, I think it affects everyone. So yeah.
I think you're right. Mitsuki, do you have any comment?
Sorry, I'll be presenting next, and I just came, so I didn't really hear your presentation.
Tim Su? Justice Tim Su. Okay, I'm going to end the recording now. And